Generally, I'm not a fan of third-party batteries. Yes, they offer some savings over the manufacturer's batteries, but they usually don't last nearly as long. They suffer some pretty serious quality control issues. They seem to decline in health faster over time, and in cold weather specifically, I've seen some third-party batteries die in literal seconds. But what if a third-party battery offered a feature or features that your manufacturer's batteries don't? I present a battery from the future. No, wait, this is the exciting side. A battery from the future. Ooh. Now, before we get to more oohs and ahs, I need to tell you there's one pretty big issue using these batteries, and it's probably not what you think. We'll get to that in a moment. So this is the Nitecore UFZ100. It's compatible with any Sony camera that uses the NP-FZ100 battery, which is pretty much all of the current full-frame models from Sony, like the A7 IV, the A1, the A6600, non-full frame, also uses this battery. There's no word on if they're going to offer this for other manufacturers anytime soon. It offers 2,250 milliamp hour capacity, which is just 30 shy of what the Sony's Z100 offers. That's not even a 2% difference. And well, I teased this little LED light already. That communicates the charge level. If it's green, you've got over 50% charge, blue less than 50%, and red less than 10%. You activate the light with a small button right there. Now, clearly your camera reports to you your battery charge. Why do you need it in the battery? Well, I mean, it is nice to know before you pop the battery in. Maybe it's been sitting on your shelf for a bit and discharged a little bit more than you realized. And this LED light serves a dual purpose. It's important as a charging indicator. That's right. This tiny battery has a USB port, USB-C to be specific. Plug it in and it starts charging. Nitecore says it takes about 4 hours to go from 0 to 100% in my testing. That sounds about right. Now I can hear all of you out there shouting at me. Peter, I said I can hear you. Yes, every camera that this battery fits in supports charging in camera. So what's the point of having a battery that can charge if you can do it in the camera? Well, Peter and others who just shouted at me, when I might want to charge more than one battery at a time, it's very nice to be able to do this without a charger. See, during a long day of photography, certainly a long day of video, you're going to end up with more than one battery that needs charging. The easiest way to charge these batteries is to put them into a charger. And of course, with this, you don't need a charger. And the fact that it's USB-C, I live in a USB-C world. My phone, my MacBook, my walkie-talkies, they all charge via USB-C. So I'm already always charging with several USB-C cords and different wall pucks. So being able to leave my travel charger for these batteries at home, that's one less thing to travel with. Now, I've been working with these batteries, 2 of them, for about 3 months, and I haven't noticed any significant difference in capacity, but just generally using them is not very scientific. I don't like that. So over the last couple of days in preparation for this video, I have shot a series of time lapses at various intervals, various settings in the camera, and I'm generally getting between 5 to 12% fewer photos when using one of the Nitecore batteries. That is a bit more than that 2% capacity difference would lead you to believe, but it isn't anything dramatic. Now, as I mentioned, 2% capacity difference, very, very small. It's actually like 1.7, I think. Interestingly enough, you would think, well, yeah, of course it's going to be less because they've got a charge controller in here. But if you look at Nitecore's other third-party Sony batteries, is that right to say they're third party? The other Sony batteries that Nitecore makes without the charge controller, they have the same capacity, 2250, 30 less than this. So somehow they fit a charge controller in here without reducing the capacity anymore. That's kind of impressive. Or maybe they did and they're not quite telling us. I don't know. Anyway, a quick aside, Nitecore as a company has a good reputation. They make great flashlights that are well reviewed online. I own one and love it. Yes, it charges via USB-C too. And their third-party battery gear for many manufacturers generally receives great reviews. I want to make it clear. There is third-party, some brand I've never heard of that is super cheap off Amazon. And then there's a third party like Nitecore that I don't worry if I put this in my camera, it's gonna explode my camera. So, LED light to report charge level, easy to charge with just a USB-C cord, seemingly no dramatic difference in capacity, and they save you $20 over the Sony batteries. So, what's the catch? Well, when you go to use this battery in a Sony camera, the two I have, A7R3 and A1 is what I've been testing them in, you get this pop-up message when you go to use the camera. It's very annoying. I haven't missed a shot yet because of this message, but I certainly see the potential for pulling this out of my bag, turning it on as I bring it up to my eye to shoot an amazing, fleeting moment. And bam, I got this message on the screen. Okay, fumble to hit the OK button, and you miss the shot. Or worse, you hit the selected option and the camera powers down, requiring you to flip the switch off and back on again. Extra annoying is this message doesn't always pop up right away. Seems kind of like a little bit of a variance in the time delay. So you might totally forget and again get caught off guard. So I'm not going to yell at Sony for warning us, though I wish there was a way to disable this message, at least maybe until the next firmware update. You can let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is this just a money grab by Sony forcing you to buy their batteries, or is this a legitimate warning? As I said, there are some third-party brands that I've never heard of that does make me a little nervous to stick into a camera that I've spent a lot of money on. There's also even the chance that a future firmware is going to block third-party batteries completely. Other camera manufacturers have done this. Nikon was one more recent example, though honestly, I can't remember if it was decided that that was a feature or a bug of that firmware update. Anyway, if it wasn't for this pop-up warning right here, I would be all thumbs up on these batteries. 5 stars, 10 out of 10. The LED light is awesome. The charging feature gives me additional functionality and flexibility when I travel that the standard kind of boring feeling batteries don't. But that pop-up message. I don't know for sure how widespread the message is. As I said, it's only been on my A7R3 and A1 that I've tested, but it is on both of those cameras. I want to know, is it a deal killer for you? You can let me know in the comments. I do love traveling light. These batteries are really appealing, but I know if I ever miss a shot because I was going to try to save a few ounces while traveling.
Oh, dang it, what an idiot!
So, I will most likely continue to use this dual charger I picked up off Amazon last year. Is that right here? Or, because I often travel with a backup camera, I'll just use that as the extra charger. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Thumbs up are always appreciated. And of course, let me know if you got any questions. You can drop those right in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, along with pressing that little bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.